is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and it seems like there's a lot of news around Johnny Depp this week. I'm trying to get to it all, but the first one I want to get to right now is from Inside the Magic, because there's some speculation always about who would replace Johnny, what the next Pirates is going to be, but this site actually makes their calls as to who they think would be a good replacement. So this is part comedy, but part serious. And I gotta say this, all these actors here, I've got nothing against. So if I say something negative, I'm not saying something negative in the full context. Because I've seen movies that I enjoy with all these actors, that I love with all these actors, but not as Jack Sparrow. So, just to be clear, the context is if they played Jack Sparrow. I'm not judging them in any other aspect. I love Wolverine, because we're going to talk about Hugh Jackman. I love Robert De Niro, his mob movies, and also I love Matthew McConaughey in True Detective and a few other things. So to be real clear, nothing against them personally in any other roles, but as Jack Sparrow, well, that, might not work so well. Okay, let's take a look. Here it is. It's called Disney Could Replace Depp's Jack Sparrow with a Previous Choice for the Role. And now, you saw them on the thumbnail, and I mentioned the actors who Disney might have been considering at one time to play Jack Sparrow or to replace Johnny, so I guess that's why they chose them for the article. Now, I cut out the first part of this article because, like always, they have to start by saying that Johnny, quote-unquote, lost the UK case, which has nothing to do with this, so that just goes to show they've got a pretty negative attitude towards Johnny, which I don't like, so I'm not very easy on this site, so that's why I'm going to show their choices and probably be pretty critical on what they say about it. Disney fans are able to see Depp's rendition of Sparrow in the films as well as Disney parks around the globe and have truly grown to love him. When the news was announced, petitions were formed to keep Depp in the role, and they hit about 2 million. Since then, some have said they are going to boycott the franchise, especially once it was announced that Margot Robbie would be taking over a similar leadership Jack Sparrow role in the female-led spin-off of the franchise. Now, with Pirates of the Caribbean 6 reportedly in the works, we have wondered who could take over for Johnny Depp. And they confirm here that they use these choices because they were previously considered. Okay, I wasn't quite sure about that. That's confirmed, so here it is. First choice, Robert De Niro. I say, hard pass, no way. What a completely different Jack Sparrow. I gotta remind you guys, I love De Niro's work. In Goodfellas, it's classic. I've seen it over 100 times. Meet the Parents, I've probably seen quite a few times. And I don't even watch that movie so much. So it's not a problem with Robert De Niro at all. But he does not work as Jack Sparrow. Robert De Niro was once asked to play the role of Jack Sparrow, but ended up turning it down due to fear it would fail. Of course, this was far from the truth, and we would later see De Niro accept other films with a pirate premise in hopes of achieving the same success as Disney's film. Today, De Niro may be too old to be an adventurous pirate like Sparrow, but could play a different form of pirate. Okay, I'll say this. To be fair, if Johnny Depp was never Jack Sparrow in the first place, maybe De Niro could have worked as a very different type of Jack Sparrow, but Johnny moves and he dances with the sword fights and everything, and he's really a physically expressive Jack Sparrow, which I don't think De Niro could capture. De Niro's more of an actor, facial expressions, line execution, attitude, things like that, so it just wouldn't work, I don't think. I know it wouldn't work. Let's move on. Hugh Jackman. Now I gotta say, I'm a pretty big Wolverine fan. Some X-Men movies are hit or miss, but overall, I love Hugh Jackman and the character in all the movies. So nothing against him, and the Prestige was incredible. But okay. Hugh Jackman was also heavily considered as the role was written for him. Screenwriter Stuart Beatley initially wrote the role with Hugh Jackman in mind, hence the name Captain Jack. Jackman may seem like the best alternative out of these three when it comes to mimicking a similar pirate to Depp. Again, no way. I think he's better as kind of a badass like Wolverine, or kind of a stubborn magician like in The Prestige, like I just said. These type of roles, he plays the romantic role pretty well. He falls in love in some of those movies, and it's like, this fantastic adventure of going through time and falling in love. I forget the movie. But anyway, again, Awesome actor, not a Jack Sparrow to me at all. Let's move on. Matthew McConaughey, again, love this actor. True Detective is probably my top 5 favorite series ever, and he completely nails his part. It's amazing. But as Jack Sparrow, I just don't think it would work very well. Once again, he's a great actor. I'm sure he has a great range, but to me it seems like he's more of these badass cop, astronaut taking a risk going out there to different worlds, and not really like this fun-loving, swashbuckling pirate jumping around, making the faces, and all that kind of thing. I just don't see it. I just think you need someone like Johnny to do that, and also Johnny is just the one who has the face on the character now, and that can't be erased. So, honestly, this is a really stupid article to print. Like I said, I wasn't going to go easy on these guys. It's kind of a fun thing to think about. Of course, who could replace Johnny? The answer is nobody. But if you're going to write a serious article, thinking about it, contemplating it, saying, Johnny lost the UK case, who could replace him? Well, that's a crap article. And I had fun talking about it for about 7 minutes here, or whatever. But let's not look back at that silly little article they wrote. And let's head inside the magic. You guys have a very, very irritating way of writing articles. You guys, of course, let me know what you think down below. Let me say a few words about the channel. First off, shout out to Carla Ellis and Lotus Flower sending me some great articles. Really appreciate it. Gonna get to some later in the week. Also, got a GoFundMe almost on $500. Very, very thankful to everyone who donated. If you don't like GoFundMe, got a PayPal. All links in the description. Anything you could do is appreciated. Not the most important thing in the world, but saving up for a new PC to help the sound out on this channel and all that kind of thing. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't consider it and you don't subscribe, I guess I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.